Into our development sub account, just dev01 or development sub account. So in the sub account, so we have just cloud connector configurations and everything is done, right? So we have mapped the cloud connectors, so cloud connectors configurations, so all these things, so we have discussed. I think for you guys, I think yeah, I think we have done the cloud connector configurations and everything. Then after that, so once the end-to-end setup, everything is done to connecting to the sub account to the and your cloud connector to the your backend ECC systems or S4 systems, the connectivity is same, right? So that connectivity, the skeleton we have deployed here. Then after that, how to map our business application studio. Suppose for development purpose, suppose developers wants to connect to the your backend systems to push the code to do the some changes of the OData, something like that. They need some connection, right? In that case, we have created the RFC destination. So that's we already know how to create the RFC destinations. So that those things we already discussed, right? These things we already to discussed. Then after that, so for the development purpose, we have to use the BAS Business Application Studio. We have to use, right? For BAS Application Studio. Just to open the BAS here, Business Application Studio, we will open the URL here. Then, so just you can select the default identity provider. Then the BAS will be opened. So you have to provide this URL to the your you have to provide this URL to the your respective respective developers, so that directly they will open the URL based upon the your sub account. Based upon the sub account name, the URL will be generated. So this is common. This is common. So only this will be added based upon the your sub account, the account which you created, right? Based upon the account which you created, that will be added here. Just start it. The space we have to create it here. So for every developer to perform their work and everything, they need to create the space. So same as like we have created the one of the Fiori space, just example Fiori application development space. So we have created, right? So suppose if you want to create one more space, so go to the any one of the sub account, open the sub account here. Then you see here, if you go to the so instances and subscription, you see so one of the application studio we have created, right? So for the weekend guys, so just open this one, you will get the dev01 dot authentication dot this sub account will be opened, right? The sub account will be opened. Just click on the create the space here, right? So here my space name is I'm giving the so something like Fiori, something like that. I'm giving the space here, right? Just click on the Fiori space, something like that. You can create it here. So then it's starting. The space is starting here. You can see. So just why we have the space means in this space you can save your data. You can in this space you can save your data. Then open the space here, right? Just to open it, then your workbench will be opened here. Your space will be opened. This is the application studio. So your space will be opened here. Then here you need to develop the projects here. Here you have to develop the projects. So what projects means? So the developer they will connect to the so maybe they will use the templates. They will use the templates. So in the templates they will connect it in the templates. So they will connect to the suppose they want to create the application Fiori application. Then select it. So then they will get the sources. So all those things they will get it out, right? So they will get the overview page. So sources, reporting phase, entities, everything they will get it out. Suppose example, I'm selecting here the overview page here. So here they will get the services, the backend connections which you created. So all these things you will get it out here. See here, connect to the system. So connected to the system here. So which system you want to connect it? Why? Because application studio you are connecting to the your backend system, right? So suppose our backend system is the suppose ESY gateway is the destination which we connected. So suppose you have the ABAP environment also. So in BTP, we have the one option that is called the creating the ABAP system. In the BTP also we can create it, right? So initially when we discussed it in the ABAP system, BTP is providing the few services, ABAP services, DB services, HANA Cloud, ASC database, analytics services. So list of services they are providing, right? In that, so they are providing the ABAP environment also. Okay, that we will discuss later. Now, suppose you want to connect to the on-premise system. In that case, you need to select the your system. Your system means your connection. You have to select it here. So now, what it is checking here while rounding it here, loading, it is checking the connection to the your backend system. It is checking the connected to the your backend system. It is checked it here. Okay, the ID which you maintained in the destination, suppose like my destination. Suppose example, if you see here, the ID which you maintained in the destination, right? So my destination, so it is having the valid user ID, right? Suppose the ID in the development 01, I'm in the development. If you go to the destinations here, you can see the ES5 gateway. So the ID, the PID which you maintained here, that has the proper details here. That has the proper details. That is the reason that authenticated. So why we are giving the one common ID here? We can delete it, right? Why should I give this one? So then I can. Why? Because if I give the basic authentication, whatever the user is created here, whatever this user has the roles, only that user related packages, that user related project will be displayed. Now I don't want to do that one. So now I don't want to go for that one. So now I have to give like, so I'm going back here. Now it should ask the user ID and password. It should ask me now, right? It should ask the user ID and password. Now select the tab here. In the previously, it authenticated automatically. It's authenticated automatically. Then immediately it went to the service tab, right? Now what it is asking now? See here, the next step, it is asking the user ID and the password. It is asking now. So now let me put the my PID here. Let me put the my PID. I forgot my PID. What is that my PID here? Even I have not taken the note also here. Okay, I don't know my PID. Let me give my email ID. Whether it will take it or not, I don't think. But let's. Okay, so when you do this one, so it will authenticate it, right? It will authenticate it. It's logging it here. So then it is checking here. Now it is checking the user ID and password here. So then authentication is incorrect here. Here you should give the username should not be the email ID, right? So it should not be the correct one. So it should be the PID. So let me search my PID here. So what is the correct PID of mine? So then if I give the my PID, so then it will work. If I give my PID, then it will work.
You can check your PID Cloud Connector.
Sir, we should always maintain PID only, yes, sir.
Yeah, PID only. Why? Because in the gateway system, this is the SAP gateway system, which means SAP gateway system, our IDs will be created as a PID. So otherwise, if you have the on-premise systems, suppose if you have already in the system in the on-premise, suppose example here, you can see here you have the ES5 destination is the our SAP system. This is the our SAP gateway system, not in my system. SAP gateway system. So SAP gateway system means through PID only we can authenticate it, right? Through PID only I have authenticated here. So, but we have one more destination, right? SAP NW Dev, right? So when you are connecting, this is our on-premise systems. This is my system, right? This is our on-premise systems. This is our on-premise systems here. So when you are connecting this on-premise systems here, both are same. Yeah. So when when you are connecting to the on-premise systems, so you should have the same. Like it will ask the user ID and password. Then whatever the user ID you have mentioned in the my backend system. Yeah, backend system in the my ECC system. So that user ID's password it will ask us. That user ID it will ask us.
Authenticate.
Yeah, it will authenticate it here. So
sir, in my case, even I am also trying to connect on-prem system. My landscape is I'm using SSR ID. I have education ID is there. I'm using that SSR ID. The backend is a development system ECC. I have created destination also connected successfully done. Cloud connector also installation done. While doing this one, connecting to the fetching the data from backend on-prem, it is not giving that list.
Service name it will not give it. Why? Because in the back end you should have already that related service already should be available. The related service should already be available here, the related service. So then only it will connect it. The related service means, suppose if I go to the maybe OData or SACF, that should be active and it is available. Then only it will go inside of that service and it will fetch the data. But if the service is not available, then it will show like service is not available, something like that. It will show the message. That is the reason, which means you are able to connect successfully, you are connecting, that is fine. But only thing is backend, the corresponding service is not exist or not active. That you need to check it out. That we have to check it out. Why it is not active, something like that. So we have to check it out.
I'm
So that
getting
is-
ABAP environment and unavailable is coming.
that is the ABAP environment means in the cloud side. So in the cloud side, we have the one more ABAP environment in the cloud side. So that is that you should not select it. When you are choosing this BAS, when you are choosing this BAS authentication, you should not select the ABAP environment. If you select the ABAP environment, what will happen? So if you select the ABAP environment, what will happen here? So it will check, it will look the, you have the ABAP system in the cloud side. If you have the ABAP system in the cloud side, so that will look the ABAP environment. Suppose, let me take it here. I have already a ABAP system in my cloud connector, right? My side, I have the ABAP system is available here. So let me go to the here. Means you are doing correctly only. The only thing is the back end, the service is not available here. In back end, the service is not available. That is the reason you see the corresponding service is not available, which means, so back end, you need to install the respective component or respective product. You have to install it here in the back end. Respective component or product, you have to install it. Suppose like example, if you see now in our back end, we are installing, right? In our backend, we are installing the respective products we are installing. Same way, how it is authenticating in the ECC also, in our ECP also, we are installing the, so backend, some components we are installing for getting successful authentication. We are getting this installation we are doing here. So here we have the ABAP environment. If you choose the ABAP environment, it will check the ABAP environment here. So if it will check the ABAP environment here. So, but in our case, do we have the ABAP environment connected here? No, right? We don't have any ABAP environment. We have not chosen. In that case, what you have to do? You have to go to the create button. Then there is a ABAP. There is a ABAP system. It is available here. Here, that subscription we have to take it. Then in that case, we can connect it. But in our case, we have not reached that point here. So we are in the some initial discussion only. Our next topic is how to deploy the ABAP system on a cloud, the connectivities. So how to perform, that is our next topics. But still we are in the BAS mapping to the our backend systems, different ways we are testing, right? How many ways we have there. So we should not use this system now. So we are to using the backend systems now. So when you use
Sir, for me, that system is not showing only. The destination is not showing only. So you are saying that in the destination, if the component is not there, then it won't show only. You're saying, sir.
no, destination will show. If you configure the destination in your backend, in your destinations tab, if you
Yeah, it is
configure
there,
that it is there, then definitely it will show.
But in BAS, it is not coming.
Now, did you navigate the same steps which I navigated?
In same step only, navigate SAP Fiori and the custom list report page also.
Not, yeah. You just choose the SAP Fiori.
Correct.
Then here overview of the overview page. Click on the create button.
Sir, correct. Same thing only.
Then for us it is showing, right? You can see. You are getting, first of all, you are getting this page.
Yes, sir. Getting this page. I can select the data source connected system.
Okay.
And the backend system, it is not.
Which one you created? This one?
No, sir. I told you, sir, I have SSR ID, so I have created my own. I have landscape also in my organization.
Okay,
Just,
you have the landscape. Did you configure the services same as
this,
like additional
this service
parameters?
is additional parameters not configured.
None, then that is the problem. Here, the
Okay.
web ID equals to true and SAP platform is equal to ABAP. So dynamic destination is equal to true. So then web ID usage is equal to this one. You need to set this one. Then
On prem.
yeah, then so your destination will come to the here automatically.
Okay.
Okay, so just take a note or let me send you the screen capture to you. So, every destination which is connecting, definitely that should be exist here like this. It should be exist. Maybe it is not happening, but I will.
Ravi,
Yes.
yeah, Ravi, for that ABAP environment, we have to just set up like ABAP environment. We have set.
Yeah, we have to do the some configuration in for that ABAP
There.
environment. So when we reach that step, so I will explain it clearly what we have to do that one, and what
Yeah,
are the other
but-
things we will want as a basis consultant and everything.
Okay.
Yeah, you are asking something.
No, I'm just asking. We just like we have configured Cloud Foundry. We have to enable that ABAP environment in the BTP cockpit.
Right.
If you, then we can get that like environment over here. We have to just create one more environment for the ABAP, right?
Right. Exactly. So that services you have to take it. If the service is not available, then you have to go to the global account.
Yeah.
Then entity
We
assignment.
have to add.
Then yes, right, exactly. Then that will come. Then check it out.
Yeah.
Here, suppose development. Then check it out if the service is available or not. Configure, add service plans. So then you can see the ABAP
ABAP
environment.
environment. Yeah.
Then
Got
select,
it.
add it here. Then that will come to the here. Right? Save it. So that service is assigned to the here. So in any case, in your sub account, the respective service is not available. That application is not available. Maybe that will be in the global account. Then you have to go to the global account. Then from there, you have to derive that service to the your sub account level. You have to derive it. Okay. So you set it properly. This destinations, you set this properly in the destinations. So definitely, so your destination will populate it here. Okay.
Sure, sir. I'll try, sir.
Okay, no problem. Yeah. So this is the way we need to connect destinations to the our on-premise systems. So on-premise systems for the development. Further onwards, so the developers can do they can open the project. They will do some adjustments, fields, tabs, whatever they have requirement. They will do everything. But our duty is to successfully connecting them to your backend systems. After that, if you know the development activity something, you can perform it. But that is the some of the test we can perform it when we build the ABAP environment. In the ABAP, we have the backend environment, right? So once we build the ABAP system, so then we can do some test cases. We can execute it. How to create the project, how to create the simple application. So travel history, something like that, we can create it. That's not a big deal. We can do that development activity also here, right? Then you will get how the data, how the developers will create the projects and everything. So that we will discuss when we create the ABAP system in the cloud. Okay. Now, how to connect to the backend system, that is clear for everyone, right? Any questions from anyone?
Yeah, sorry, just I joined a little bit late, so I came from this weekend batch. So how we will catch up this?
Yeah. This is the same thing were discussing actually. So why? Because same thing I'm repeating for the weekend. But after the cloud connector configuration, then so we have the BAS Business Application Studio, right? The next one is the how to map. So you guys up to here. So the back cloud connector configurations, adding the sub account. So up to here you are clear, right?
Yes.
Then after that, same topic today. It's repeated again. Same. After that, how to map your existing services to your existing service. Suppose you have the one development area, one development one development subscription you have here, right? You have the one development subscription. So suppose like BAS. So how this will you connect to the your backend system? That is the topic today we are discussing here. How
Okay.
this BAS will be connected to your backend systems. So BAS means how will you subscribe means we know. So I think last time also we discussed like this. So here we have to go to the create service, then business application studio, click on create. So then you already account, that's why I'm giving the this error. Just select it, click on the create button, then your application will be available in the subscription status here. Then open this application, then your BAS will be opened, then business application studio will be opened like this. Then you have to create the one project. So why? Because the every person, the project is very important, right? For developers, they will create the project. Then so from there we can just to select what you want to do here. Suppose I want to create the some one UFI application, I want to create it. Then select this button, click on load the templates here. Load the templates, maybe go to the overview page, just want to see overview page. So then it will ask your backend systems. The destination setup, so we already created, right? When you are doing the cloud connector configurations to the backend, you already done the destinations and everything here. So when these destinations will be used means when you are working on the any applications, your destinations will be populated here. Your destinations will be populated here. So now you want to connect to the your system. System means it will display the list of destinations which are available in the your sub account. The destinations tab will be pulled here. It will be pulled from here, right? Suppose I have the ES5 gateway. I selected this one. So here I have not maintained any user ID password. That is the reason here it is connected, but to log into the system, it is asking the user ID and password. It is asking, right? It is asking the user ID and password. It is asking here. So why? Because here I mentioned like, so no authentication. If I mention the authentication, here I need to maintain the user ID, PID, and here I need to maintain the password here. So then that will work here. That will work, that authentication will work it here. So now you have not maintained. That is the reason here it is asking the user ID and the password here. So then you will be able to connect to your backend systems. Then you can open the service. You can do some adjustments of the service.
Sir,
That is
that is additional properties you have shared the screenshot, right? That is mandatory, sir, while creating destinations.
Yes.
Okay,
Sometimes like it depends upon the usage actually.
Okay.
Maybe you are using the web ID, some
Understood.
developer tools, right? So that is mandatory required. If you configure it also, nothing will happen. So if you configure it, what will happen? That will come to this list. That destination will show here.
Okay.
Otherwise, the destination will not show. Then we are in the situation why my destination is not showing here. So which means some additional parameters we have missed
Sir,
here.
sir, your doubt is, sir, in additional parameters, the SAP-client 002, what is that? Is a client backend system client number? Or what?
Yeah. This is the backend system client number.
So other than values are all default values, I believe.
Yeah, other than default, above platform, above dynamic destinations, true. So IDS system, above system. So these are the normal standard recommendations. These are the everything is standard. So only this will change. This will change based upon your primary client. Which client you have the custom data. So then that client you have to maintain, you have to connect, and you have to change it.
Okay.
Okay. So this way, so we have to do all this work like BAS connecting to the back and everything. We have to do that one, right? So here we can execute some test scenarios when we are deploying some ABAP environment. That is our next topic, ABAP environment, right? I think it's clear. This one is clear. So now, okay, you developed the destinations and you subscribed the destination. So you subscribed the services. How to subscribe any services in the BTP? You have the 92 services. Any services you want to deploy it. What you have to do? You need to go ahead and click on the create button. Then list of services will show here. Then which service you want to, MD master data integration related services. Then service manager. So what things you want to configure it here. So based on that, you can create the respective service. Then it will be available here. When you subscribe each service, then each service has the application. Go to application. Go to application. Otherwise, click on the three dots. Then you will go to the go to application here. So go to application. You have to connect it here. So that is what we discussed in the our last session. After the cloud
Sir,
configuration. Yes.
It's working, sir, now.
Oh, Superman.
I can able to see my data in the backend system.
Okay. You want to show
Thank you.
show the screen to our guys or not
Yeah,
required?
please, I'll show.
Yeah.
I'll show it.
Yeah, I'm stopping the presenting. So here, yeah, Akash wants to
Myself,
show.
Akash. Hi, guys.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead,
This is my system, ITC Day. And I can see the data.
Yeah. Select any one of the OData. Maybe go back one step, go back. How
Okay,
is
sir.
connected. We will explain to them.
Yeah.
Not only this scenario, any scenario. Just to
The destination, this is my destination created. This is my backend system, on-prem system ECC, HV8. These are the parameters I maintained. Our client is 250. As soon as I connected, I came here. Create template called SF query, and actually said any of the reports, cited overview page. Click on next. Here I connect system data source, system ITC just taken.
So as soon as the Akash authentication
yes.
is done, so it is asking the destination. Then authentication is done. He got the backend, all the services and everything is getting. If the services are not available, then it will show that no services are available. These all are the OData services. OData. Select
Okay.
any one of the service.
Okay.
Yeah,
Next.
click on the next button. Running the error. Maybe that service having some issues, I guess, internally. Maybe select any one of the anything. You can select it. Yeah, why? Because maybe you need some certain
Component.
roles in the back end, right? You are the basis guy, you need some developer roles you required, right? So that is the reason it's showing like some returning error, authentication error it is returning. So right, which means you are not the authorized person to choose this one.
Okay.
So
Sir, I
don't-
think
Yeah.
this one taken.
yeah, I think this is the normal one, standard one. So this is the standard catalog. Click on the next button. Here entity ID, field ID, many things are there. So many tags, entity, what you want to change it, everything you can change it.
Developer will take over.
Yeah. Right. That is the one. So right,
Okay.
just you can select it, then click on the go ahead and next, clear the project, and you can do the code adjustments, everything. We can finish it, but don't finish it. Why? Because we are not sure, right? So if you are sure, then we can do that one. Why? Because
Okay.
it's you are saying that it's your on-premise
On-premise.
system. So here what they will create it, here they will create the module name, app title, what is the app name they want to create it here.
Okay.
The app title they will put it like suppose like my travel history, something like that. They will create the one, suppose example, my travel history. App title they will put it out, then description they will maintain it, then where they want to save this path, my home user project training. Okay, so UI5 version. Then you want to add the development configurations, FLP configurations, advanced configuration. If you want anything, just click on the yes. Click on the finish button. Then it will open the one URL, not the URL. It will go to the home page. From there, if you left side, can you go left side? Actually, I want to show this one during the ABAP environment creation. So that time you will come to know here. In the left side, you will see 3 bars. Left side 3 bars. Left side 3 bars. Next. Yes, right. Go to the view. So go to the view, and there is a command. First tab. Click on the first tab. Here you need to execute the CF run deploy space CS space run deploy. Yeah, you have to use this one. You have to use the some CF commands. You have to means the developers will use it. So don't get confused. So it's not your duty to deploy the application. Not deploy means do the code changes of the applications and everything. They will perform it. Just want to show here, but I will show you. Don't worry. We will not practice on this environment. So we will practice on our own environment. We will practice. Don't worry. For now, just you can stop it here. Yeah, that's fine.
To deploy that application, do we need any add-ons in that system?
Backend system. Definitely, you need some add-ons.
Okay. You're saying something about roles, right? That roles business user should have, right? Theory application. That
Not the business, not the Fiori application roles. Developer roles, development roles you required. Suppose you want to touch the configuration, you should have something, right? Go to the product installed product versions. So yes, so he has okay. So he is having the EHP8 ECC EHP8 system. At least he is having the EHP8 EHP1 he have. So install the product version. Can you go to that one? Install the component version. SAP UI5 750 Lion. Like so, minimum patch level he is maintaining. So that is the reason he got the some data. Everything.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. I can just close it.
Okay.
Yeah. So this way, your development tools, like one of the development tool, we have to connect to our backend systems. Our backend systems, we have to connect to our backend systems. Backend system means either the gateway system or anything. You can connect it. You can push the code. So here we can have to use some codes there to push the code that we can use it. So same commands we have to use it. That we will do that one. We have the one system. So that time we will discuss all these things. We will deploy the one application also. We can create the transport request also. That is all we will discuss. Don't worry. Okay. So yeah. So this way we have created the one studio. That studio connecting to the backend. Everyone is clear now, right? Then after that, what we discussed then, once the bash connectivity is done, then after that we have subscribed the one build work zone, right? Just repeating our previous classes to ensure everyone is in the same page. Just repeating our previous class. I'm repeating here, right?
Ravindran, actually, I'm not able to get this business application when I tried in my account. When I tried.
Okay,
Not able to
I will
get-
guide you. I will guide you. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I will guide you after the class. So we will discuss again.
Yeah.
Okay. So okay. After that, once the application studio is done, then next one is we are discussing about the build work zone application, right? If this is also not available in our case, build work zone, go to the home page here. Home page means the global. Then click on the create button, right? Click on the sub account, like not the sub account here. Go to the service assignment here. Service assignment here. In the service assignment here, so which one you are looking here, right? Suppose so you are looking build work zone standard edition you are looking here. So this is already assigned to your development account. It is assigned. So but I have one more sub account like dev01. I have one more sub account. I have there in that one. I don't have any services are assigned to here, right? So suppose like see here I don't have any build work zone is there, not there. So what is the use of the build work zone first of all here? While we discussing what is the use of the build work zone. Build work zone is the one of the standard application, SAP application. Previously, it was known as Launchpad service. Launchpad service. In recently 1 year back, they have renamed these services to something like SAP Build Work Zone. SAP Build Work Zone. They have renamed this one. SAP Build Work Zone. They have renamed this service here, right? So what we will do here, this service is available in the two editions. One is the standard edition, which is available for the free trial editions, and also it's absolutely free, right? Second one is the advanced edition. So this is for the advanced edition. This is for the enterprise account enterprise users. So means you are using the enterprise account. the paid accounts. So that is available in the advanced edition. So which means, so they have some additional functionalities, but almost whatever we want to work it here, all functionalities are here. We have the additional functionalities also we have available here. So let's, so how to take this service to our account here, right? So when you open the your workbench here, I don't have any service here. Suppose someone mentioned, right, they don't have the Bash Studio. Here I don't have any service here. Then here you need to create it here. Click on the go button here, then select it here, whether here the build work zone is available or not. Nothing is there here in the my service also, right? So which means I have to go to the again main file here, then go to the service assignment, click on the this button, right, service assignment. So entity assignment, click on the OK button. So dev01, right? In this sub account, I don't have any service is not available. So configure the entitlements, then click on the add service plans here. Then here you need to choose the build work zone, right? You have the build work zone here, right? Select that build work zone. Select the standard applications here. You can standard, right? Click on the, so this is the application, standard application. Just select the add to the service plans here. Then click on the save button here, right? Which means you have taken from global account, you have assigned it to the your sub account here, right? Then I will go to the my sub account here. So then I will open the my sub account here. Then you see when I go to the service and instances, so immediately when you assign to sub account, it is not available here, right? It is not available here. Then what you have to do, you have to go to the here. Now the build work zone is available here, right? First of all, global account to sub account, you have to assign it here. After assigning, then you need to create that service to the your sub account level. See here, now build work zone is available here. Select that one, click on the create button, right? See here, that service is getting created here, right? The service is getting created means that application is getting created now.
Ravi, you're there?
Yeah, I'm there. Just I think okay. Just switching this one. Yeah, I think you can see now. So the build work zone is application is available here. You can see the dev work zone. You have subscribed to the service. Now you have the application is available here. So which means application immediately available means we have to work it here. We have to perform the configurations and everything here. Then go to the application here. Then you will get the access denied error, which means as soon as you create the application, immediately will you be able to access this page? No, right? So here, each application, there is some respective roles will be added automatically. The respective roles will be added automatically by when you are creating the service, when you are adding the service to your sub account, automatically the roles will be created. The roles will be assigned to the your user. Roles will be assigned to the your user here, right? So see here, Bash related roles, cloud connector roles, destination, launchpad admin. Launchpad admin means this is a service you required. This is a role you have to assign to the user here. So here, what is the user? Nothing you assign it to the any one of the user. So then I'm assigning to the myself here, right? So I'm assigning to the myself here. I'm assigning, click on the save button. So otherwise, you have the two ways you can assign it. Directly go to the PFCZ, some kind of role collections. Then you can add the user. Otherwise, go to the SU01. Just I'm comparing to the your backend system. So go to the SU01, select your user. What is the username, right? Select the user here. maybe I don't know full name, just I selected the, so star, just search it here, then you will see here star. Okay, special characters are not allowed here. Then you will see the username field here. Just select down this user, then left side you will see the overview and the role collections. You see the what are the roles are currently assigned here. Then click on the three dots here, assign the role collection. Then which role you want to assign it to the user. Theming role, some external user, what you want to assign it. I want to assign the theme changes role. Selected this one, click on the assign role collection to the user, so that role has been added to the here. Now you can ask user to, now you can ask your developers to, or you can ask your admin team to open the build work zone here. So now you see you got the login prompt now. Previously we got the access denied error. Why? Because for each service, each application, if you want to work, you need each service, if you want to work, you need one role should be assigned, then only you can access it here, otherwise you will get the errors. Now this is our build work zone. Just want to deploy the small applications in the system, we have to create the build work zone here, right? This is the application, right? This is the application here. So this is the application is for the central point of access, central point of access for the so central point of access for the to configure the some mobile applications, to create the Fiori applications, same as like our Fiori Launchpad. In the backend system, we will go to the Fiori Launchpad row. So there we will create the Fiori apps and all those things, right? So using this build work zone, we can create the some apps here. Standard Fiori apps, we can create it here, right? For that one, suppose your customer wants to, some apps should be required, means you need to take the subscription of the SAP build work zone is required, and the related role should be added to the your admin person to create the admin work here in the SAP site, right? So I have taken here, right? So taken here, you can see that this is the build work zone is the access to the applications from the different sources. So they are recently renamed to the build work zone, from SAP Launchpad to the build work zone. They have renamed it here. You have taken, then go to the application, then it will open the one application here. See here, it is opened the one application here. Here we have to provide the, we have to create the all those things. We have to create it here. All those things means, so some site applications, catalogs, so groups, roles, all these things we have to create it here, right? So let me create it here. So are you guys are okay to create the small applications, or will you guys need practice now? What is
Better show it here. Better show it here.
okay? So once again, I will show you here. Okay, once you open, nothing is there. Don't confuse here. When you take the any application, any service, if you take it, each service that has a one configuration dashboard, which means one configuration application. That configuration application will be opened like this here. Suppose like this build work zone has the some configuration work zone here, right? Some configuration site directory here. Here you need to create the site here. Site means, suppose like Fiori, right? You are creating some Fiori related site you have created here, right? CRT means in this site you have the all these things you have to assign it here. All these things you have to assign to the site directory. Suppose example, if you go to the properties here, just select the properties here. So what is the your URL? Site URL looks like here, right? This is the URL, right? You want to optimize the browser site loading. So maybe you want to put the some session timeout values. Why? Because user will open the Fiori, suppose like http://dev01 dot some Fiori roles, he will open it, then application will be displayed, then he will go outside some break, then is it still the session is keep on pointing to the backend system only, even though he is away. So but if you put this session duration timelines and everything, session timeout parameters, so during this 20 minutes time, by default 20 minutes. During 20 minutes, the session is active here. Within this 20 minutes, if you don't touch that screen, immediately that session will go timeout period, timeout, it will go timeout. But it will give the alert before the 3 minutes. It will give the notification to you. So your session is going to be out, something like that. It will give the timeout value. So that related some parameters we want to change it here, you can change it here. You want to tile size, you want the Fiori tile size be so responsive or small. So you want to support some other customers also, right? Some other countries person also, they will be able to open. Suppose like Saudi Arabia people also, they don't know English, something like that. And also, so British people. So some people, they don't know English. That time, how they can open the Fiori apps in their language and how can open it here. So the languages are, they want to available, almost all languages are available here. So based on that, you need to assign. Suppose like Hindi, see here, Hindi language also available here. Or India, Hindi language is also available here. So which means, so you can also view the all those things in the, so Hindi language also you can assign it to here, right? You can see all these things are available here. So this is the customization, customizing the your site here, how you want to the role, the Fiori will be opened to the your user. Then go back here, just settings tab. This is the just settings tab here. Then go to the content provider here, right? Here, so in the content provider is the very important for us. Here you need to create the role, right? Normally in the on-premises, if you want to create the one Fiori app, that Fiori app, so that Fiori app you have to create it. That app you have to assign to the catalog. Then that catalog you have to assign to the group. Then that group you have to assign to the role, right? That role you have to assign to group, you have to assign to the role. So in that role, you have to assign to the user, so that the user will able to open that Fiori related application here. So app means the respective app, maybe timesheet, leave approval, whatever you want to open, that is the app here. Catalog means, so that catalog means that app you have to assign, you have to under the catalog list of apps you have to assign it here. That catalog you have to assign to the group of Fiori, that group of applications, like collection of applications, I can put this way, the collection of applications are called the group. Under the one group we are assigning here, right? That groups and catalogs we will assign to the role. That role we will assign to the user. Normally, I think you have some experience on our on-premise systems. When you go to the on-premise Fiori systems, you have the, so some /UI2 FLPD underscore cust /PAD SFLPD and so like that. There is some customization related transaction codes for Fiori application. There you will create the groups and everything. You will work it out, right? In the on-premise systems. Same kind of configuration. So here, instead of using the transaction code, here you will go to the content manager. Here you have to create the application, business application. You have to create it here. Suppose I want to create the one app here, application. The app title is called the, suppose like web GUI app. I want to create it here. Web GUI app. I want to create it here. So here web GUI means here we have the option. Suppose you want to use the any destination here. Yes, I want to use the destination here. So is it a dynamic URL? Web GUI is not the dynamic URL, right? It's not the dynamic. It's like GUI for HTML. Like what is the, it's kind of transaction. Initial transaction, it should be opened. S000 or S-man is the initial transaction, right? Whenever you log into the SAP system, the first transaction code is called the S000 or session underscore manager or S-man. That is the initial home page transaction code here, right? That is what you have to give it here. Then go to the navigation here. Semantic object you have to give it. Normally, maybe I'm directly jumping into the all these things. Maybe if you want to give detailed way, semantic, normally in the on-premise systems, normally we will work on this, all these things, right? Semantic object in the sem underscore SOBJ transaction, something like that, right? So transaction. So GUI transaction. just action is equal to display. Transaction should be display here, right? Visualization. So how is the launch pad here? How is the launch pad should be open here? If it is the static, it will display. If it is the dynamic, it will should display a 0. Then approvals are pending, 2 approvals, then 2 will be sent. It's the static one, so not the dynamic one. Subtitle for web users. For web users, you have to set it here. Web users, right? Icon, which icon? So you can see the preview here. Which icon you want to put here? Suppose I want to put this icon to the user. So my app is looks like this one, right? My application is look like this one. Then go to the here, nothing, here nothing. Just click on the save button. So the app you created now. Now you created the Fiori app here, you have created here. FGA Fiori app you have created here. After app, you need to create the catalog, then group. So like that order we have to follow here. If you don't follow order, then what will happen? If I don't follow the group, then we may have, so that related page will not come. So order we have to follow here, right? First app creation, then catalog, then you have to assign this app to the here, then group, then role. Like that you have to come to the, so one forward, like suppose like catalog. So then immediately the application is available here, then click on the assign to the here, then web GUI catalog, something like that. I mentioned the title, right? This application I have assigned to that web catalog here. Then click on the create button, group here. Then here web GUI for group. How the group should be defined here? What is meant by group here? Group means in the Fiori Launchpad homepage, the group will be opened here. So how it will be? I will show you here. Web users. So then you assign this app to the this group here. Right? So created the catalog, group, then role. Role you have to create it here. So what is the role naming convention? Maybe I will create the GUI role I created here, right? GUI role. Assign this app to the user, click on OK button, right? So apps you are creating in the front end, just a small HTML app, web GUI app you are creating now, right? Not the real apps. Real apps means so purchase order, sales orders, timesheet, leave approval. So many things like employee upload, portal, success factors, payloads, payments, so timesheets, all these things not like that. So just creating the one web-based application we are creating here, right? Just click on the OK button. Role also you created. All these things you created. Then go back to the site directory. So assign this to site. Assign this role to the site here. Then you will get the role here, right? Left side, when you just click on this button, just you will get the role. Why? Because you have to assign this role here. Then you have assigned it here, right? Go back here, right? Go to the 3 dots. What's there here? So nothing, same settings page only, right? What's there here? So here you have to manage the alias. Suppose like how the alias should be here. Suppose ECP. Suppose like mentioned here, which means your site will be with system name. System mentioned here. Then only whenever you open the site, Fiori Launchpad, Fiori homepage, so you will get the page like this here. Sir, your Fiori Launchpad is opened. Where is my site here? You see here, you are based upon the sub account, your site got generated here. Then site equal to ECP home. So if you don't maintain the ECP here, some meaningful, if you don't maintain, what will happen? So you removed it here. Now when I click on the button, see here, some other site ID opened. Then how these users can remember all those things, right? Something not good, right? So that is the reason here you need to maintain the one URL. Suppose like your system ID or SAP NWD or SAP ECC, what you want to maintain, SAP ECP. So that when I see the users, when I click on this button, the users will get like, okay, SAP ECP homepage here. Sir, you created the app, that is everything is fine, but where is the application here? So you created the app, you assigned the role to the here, but still I am getting the empty pages displaying here. So what does it mean? It means so here you created the app, but what about the role? Did you assign the role to the user? Right? Whatever the role you created in the BI conspire, that role will come automatically here, GA role. See here, that role is came to the here. Select that role. So go to the users, edit, assign to the here. Right? Click on the save button. Right? Click on the save button. That is assigned to the my user here. Now open the app now. So like this, the empty page is opened here. So check the logout here. So log in here. Then the app should be displayed here. So if it is not displaying, means something wrong with the your configuration. Now see, my app is displayed. This is the group. Groups means here the groups will be created. The group which you created right here. So that is the group here. That is the group here. You can see that is the group which you created. That is the group one, WebGA. Suppose if you change this group, I don't want to like this. So I want to just short name SAP WebGUI SAP. So WebGUI, I want to like this. Then when you select this changes, save it, go to the here, just refresh. So that will be changed now. See here, SAP WebGUI change it. I don't want to this now. I want to change this. So then whatever you want. So like just go ahead to here. Then I want to my application like different way again. So I want to, if you go to the visualization, WebGI for web users, or remove the users, something is not good, right? Just remove this one, got this one. You want to change the symbol. So like that, you can change it here, right? You want to in place, you want to open the app. Suppose if I click on this button, the same page, the app will be opened here, right? Now I don't want to open the same page. I want to open the new page. Then in this case, open in a new tab here. Click on the save button here, right? Go ahead here, right? Now if the same page will open, it will open the one more tab here. See here, one more tab is opened here. One more tab is opened, then web page is opened here. But here, the output is not generated here. Why? Because that connectivity is not done correctly here. The destination's connectivity here, it is not done correctly here. So that is the reason it's showing like so internal server error. Why? Because this is not correctly set here. So why I'm saying here, actually this is not there here. Even if you go to the cloud connectors, so even that is not there here. That is wrongly configured. There is no so NWD now. We have the ECP prod is there here. That we have to configure it here. Which means you need to create the one destination here. We have to create the one destination. Just export it, import it, copy of the existing one. Here what I will do, SAP CC PRD, right? So here destinations. So what you configured in the cloud connector side, same configuration you can configure it here. Save it. Some additional properties we have to configure it. So if you don't configure it, what will happen? That you will now, right? Go to the here.
Yeah, Avi, one question for this destination. You configure DDIC user, right? So for anyone is accessing the application will use this DDIC user.
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
I can-
DDIC user. Otherwise, if they don't want to use the DDIC user, what you have to do? You need to remove the destinations in the here. You need to remove this one. Just configure the like that. No authentication. You can generate it. Click on OK button so that it will ask the user ID and the password. It will ask the user ID and password. It will ask it. So it depends. So yeah, the authentication mechanisms are basic authentication. So general one, generic ID, user ID, password you will maintain. Next one is the OAuth 2 credentials. Suppose when you are configuring the REST API URLs, API, some functional calls that require the OAuth 2 passwords, token generation, everything. That time you can use it. Suppose you want to use the SSO configuration, you need to use the principal propagation. Select the save button here. So that will be opened. So whatever the users are propagated in the whatever the user you navigated, you logged into the here, Ravinder. Same user will be exist in the backend also. So it won't ask the any user ID and password. Same user, whatever the roles having the front end and back end the user is having, same roles he will get.
Okay. Ravi, one more question for this application, for your application. Can you show us where the developer will put his logic?
Where is the?
The developer will put his logic or code in this
Yeah,
application.
yes. Here, two ways developer can place the logic here. Two ways. One is the suppose this is the BTP side in the sub account level. He can run his application through cloud connector. So it will go and it will pick up the through destination. It will connect it, right? BTP to cloud connector, then cloud connector to my backend SAP system. It will talk to my backend SAP system. So my backend SAP system, it will talk to my backend SAP system. So this is a BTP sub account level configuration, sub account level URL. So you have created the destinations like this, so that whenever you open the app here, that whenever you open in the Launchpad app here, this app will talk to this destination. So this destination will route your request to the cloud connector. Then cloud connector will route the request to your backend system. This is what will happen here. So which means the app related code is available, should be available here in the BTP side. So if you go to the here, there is a next content channel here. In the content channel, so they have to the provider should be created here. The app should be created here. The application should be run here. HTML application should run it here, which means they have to deploy through Bash. They have to push the code to the sub account level. So when they push the code, all applications will come to this list here. All applications come to this list. Then as part of regular monitoring, what we have to check? Then we need to check whether the application HTML5 applications are status is running, are active, or faced any errors. That we have to check it out. That we have to check it out from here, right? All these things we have to check it out here. So this is the one method.
Yeah, 1 second. Does this mean the developer first will write the code in one agent or local client in his PC, and then he will push it to here, right?
Right side. So he will develop everything in the Bash application studio. He will develop it. Then he will push to in the BTP sub account level. He will push it out. That is the one option. One more option. Why? Because to run the code here, that suppose that application code having the 200 MB, the size is 200 MB. Then here there is a limitations in the Bash to run the applications in the your Launchpad in the BTP. You have to pay some amount here. So you have the 2 GB up to 2 GB free. After 2 GB, you need to pay the amount, right? Instead of that, why should I run my applications, my code, everything in the customer like SAP in the SAP public level? Why should I put it here? Instead of that, I can develop the applications through Bash. I can develop the applications here. Through Bash, I can develop the application. Then I can push the code also to the backend. I can push the code to my SAP system. I can push the code. Why should I use the BTP to run it here? Anyhow, my backend is available, right? So I can push the code from here to destination to here. then it will call it to the backend system here. So when you are calling the URL, it will go and it will talk to the your code only. It will go and talk to the code. Then the code will deploy, the code will run in the backend. Then the app will be displayed here. It will give the response back to the user. It will be displayed here. So here we can two ways. Either you can deploy the code here. Otherwise, you can deploy the code here. Code means your logic deployment, everything. You can save it here also. Otherwise, here also you can run it. You have the option.
Sorry, Ravi. So to deploy the code in backend, so gateway component should be available, right?
Right. That is the reason he got the code, right? So he got the previously when that person shows the screen, he got the some OData services, something he got it, right? So through that OData services, he will push the code. From OData services, he will push the code, or directly he will log in and he will do the changes. Here also you can see you can do the changes. They have the options, multiple options. Either he can directly log into the system, he can do the changes. Otherwise, he can create the one project here. So one project, he can create it here in the instances and subscription. Then you can create the code here by creating the one space here. Then you can create the code. The code you can deploy it to the sub account level. You can deploy it here. So if we deploy it to the here, then we should be very cautious here. But because the application is running here, the code is running here, they will push it out. They will push the code to the here. They will push it. There is an option in the bash to push the code here. They know all those things, right? So they can push the code to the here. Then all the application will run here. So, but you have only 2 GB. Up to 2 GB limit, the code, the applications, everything will run here. One application will has more than 2 GB. Then in this case, then the application will stop working it out. The applications will stop working. Suppose in the on-premise, so you have the 4 GB RAM memory is there, 3.5 GB already occupied, then 3.8. Then when it reaches to the 4 GB, then immediately what will happen? All your system will be go down, right? All your work process will be restarted. It will go down. Same as like here. Each application, when you want to run the each application in the BTP, you require the some amount of quotas you required. So if you have amount, you can purchase the code, you can run it here. But you have already backend is there. Then you can develop here in the BTP side. Then you can push the code to the backend to run it here. So that will be run it here only, it will run it. Right? You have the options. So like that, you can deploy your applications. Either you want to directly deploy in the backend, or you want to deploy here, you want to push the code, whatever you want to do, you can do that. You got it?
Yes. Thank you, Ravi.
Yeah. So then when you open the normally you will get more clarity when you are working on the ABAP environment. So when you are working on the ABAP system, one subscription we can take it working on the ABAP system, how to push the code, how to deploy the code, everything we will use it here. Normally what the ABAPer will do, same way we will do it here. Then you will come to know after your changes, how you are moving the changes to the via transport request, or how you are deploying to the your front end only. Like that we can choose it, that one. Then the site directory is the mandatory to create it here. Why? Because you will get the options here. How you want to open the URL. Now if you just click on the URL, this URL you have to provide to the end users. End users means your business users, you have to provide to the business user. Now you can see simple development. So at the end of the site, you have the SAP ECP. Simply we can remember all these things. Simply we can remember now, right? Now when I click on this tile, it will go and fetch the backend system data. It will show up. It will open it here. But now it will open. Won't open. Why? Because so currently the destination which we configured is not correctly configured here. Why? Because we don't have this system. That's why we are getting the internal server error. Sir, I want to know the logs. Now you told me that is correct, but how can I check it here? Now go to the settings tab here. Here you have the tabs. See here, site directory, content manager, channel manager. So here our applications will be updated here. Content manager. Here, if you want to manually create the apps, everything, you can create the apps here. Maybe not only HTML, FIO apps. You can see here. Here We have the systems, no system. What is the URL? So what is the URL you want to access here? You can put that URL. Just navigate all those things. You can complete it here. The logic we have to define it here. The logic we have to put it here, right? Suppose you have the system is there, backend system. That time you need to choose the TCP PRD. So HTML5. What is the transaction you should open? S000 should be opened here. Then, so what is the semantic object? All these things you need to choose it here. All these things you need to choose it here. So all these things you have to choose it here. So let me change the destination here. I will map the destination to the ECC PRD now. It's not the dynamic destination, it's the HTML5 app. What is the transaction here? S000 or SM50 or ST22. Which one you want to directly open it here? So based upon that will open it here, right? I changed it here. Now if you go to the here settings tab, there is a error log here. Just download the error log here. So just to open the error log here, the errors will be displayed here. The errors will be displayed means what is the exact error, troubleshooting. So in the back end, that is calling to the GUI, SAP GUI, but the destination is not available. So which means SAP dev01 is not defined as a service. Some services you are getting this error. So how to troubleshoot this then? Now see here, back end. So now I will open the URLs, all these things I can open it now. I changed the destination here. Internal server error. Now I want to know what is this error here, how to fix it here. Go to the settings, download file, log, error log. Each time it will generate the one new log file, one CSV file it will be generated. In that CSV file, the error will be displayed here. See here, what's happening here? It is opened like SAC PRD is not defined as a, so in the destination, additional properties you have not configured. Additional properties intentionally I have not configured. So that is the reason in the error log it is showing that in the SAP ECC PRD, the dynamic destination is not true. You have to set the HTML5 dynamic destination is not configured correctly. So which means you've done the wrong here. Again, go to the back here. So go to the destinations here, additional properties here, then go to the here, dynamic destinations. You need to configure as a true. Done. Open the URL again now. Now service is not reached. See here, error got changed now. Error got changed now. What is this service is not reached here, right? So now go to the log file here. So refresh, check the download the log file here. Our previous log file is like 3, which means what is the time here? 17:09. Now close this one. This is a very, very important troubleshooting log, right? To troubleshoot any issue, everything will be tracked here. Now 17:09, 17:14, 17:09 up to here we tracked. Now 17:14, 17:14, 17. So what is this now, right? What is this now? So now this we configured destination as a true. Then what next after that? So 500 internal server error. So that is the previous one. Now this is, so some settings we have to activate it. WebGUI service in SSAP should be activated. That is fine. In place, keep session 2. So some timeout, all these things we have to configure it here, which means some additional properties you have to configure it here. Some additional properties again you have to configure it here. Something like, so timeout value. Then something like here SAP client, 100 client, right? So then, so like that, additional properties we have to configure it here. So if you have already in the destinations already there, I don't want to recreate again. Why unnecessarily? Then means you have already there. Then you can go to the here destinations. just to download the destination, just to download the destination, then import from there. You can import it here, right? That is the, like that we can configure it here. So what I want to do, you can configure your own SAP GUI, small application, you can configure it here. So then integrate to the cloud connector. Okay, you can integrate to the cloud connector, you can integrate it. Then connect to the backend systems and see whether it is opening or not. Right? That is what you have to do as a assignment for today. Very simple. So don't know. Again, I will explain it tomorrow. It's already okay. It's already again left. I'm left. Again, I will explain it. But try to create it. One small application. Try to create it here. Okay, is it fine?
Yeah, fine. I have two questions. For do we have a different playlist for this recording videos for weekdays?